Just look at it. I can't help but sneak a peek. That is a good butt. That is a fine butt. Let's give it a round of applause. Hello everyone and welcome back to 4pixels. Cuckoo's here continuing Dream Daddy. But we just had a very touching moment with Amanda.
I love you too, Dad.
Welcome. You've got dads.
And I think this will be the last date since we're just focusing on one person. I believe everyone just has 3 dates, so we're pretty close to the end, I think. You know what they say about third dates? Yep, they get pretty serious. Are you sure this is your dream, Daddy? Let's go. Liquor before beef, you're in the clear. Don't eat too close to your bedtime. That's a bad habit I have. No wonder I have this 10 little pudge on the belly. If you press smile as often as you can, it will make the others around you feel more comfortable. But don't be dishonest. It took some time for our schedules to line up, but I was finally able to find a weekend where Craig and I could go camping. He always stays so busy with work and kids, but it's good to know that we'll be able to spend some time relaxing together in nature. Since our first run, I've managed to go on regular runs with Craig. I mostly do them because it seems like the only time we get to hang out, but the added benefit is that I've seen a lot of improvement in my health. I was able to sift through the attic and find my old camping gear from college. Craig put me in charge of bringing the sleeping bags from the tent while he took care of the food, so I double-checked to make sure everything is ready to go. Craig should be here any minute now. Amanda's gonna be spending this weekend on a school trip to our nation's capital. She hasn't been away from home without me for longer than a day since she was 14. I hope she isn't feeling as nervous about it as I am. I hope her friends, quotation marks, don't give her shit. Hey, Amanda Panda. Amanda's in the middle of sitting on top of her luggage in order to get it to finally zip.
Hey, Pops.
Ready for your trip?
Once I get this bad boy all zipped up, I'm good to go.
How much did you pack? That seems like a lot for 2 days.
Oh, it's all of my camera equipment. Lenses, tripod, flash, all of that.
Are you even gonna have time to take pictures?
I'll find a way. I need to get some good shots for my series on national monuments.
Ooh, what's the series about?
It's one of those internet series where I reimagine Disney princesses as founding fathers.
What?
I'm kidding. Nobody likes those. I'm taking portraits of my friends.
Oh, well, I'm gonna be in the woods, out there in nature, you know, roughing it. Just me and Mother Nature. The old Madre de trees.
Sebet Arbor.
Are you gonna be alright on your own?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna have any signal out there. I won't be able to text or call you at all.
Oh, it's alright. I'll be able to survive a couple days without constant updates on who just got voted off International Haunted House Hunters.
Well, I'll miss you. And for the record, Bradley was pushed down a flight of ornate stairs by a ghost. They were really beautiful stairs. Amanda finishes zipping up the big suitcase and lugs it next to the door of her bedroom. She turns around and gives me a big hug.
Relax, Dad Tron. I'm a big kid now. I can take care of myself. Besides, I gotta share a room with Monica Sanders and 2 mom chaperones. The most trouble I could possibly get into is falling asleep with a tub of ice cream on me.
Oh, well, alright. Don't steal anything, okay?
Since you asked nicely, fine. Promise.
I step outside, hauling my bags behind me. Craig's already strapped some camping gear on top of the modest but stylish car. He notices me carrying my equipment and hurries over to take it from me. Such a gentleman. Look at him, already helping us. I almost have a case of, of the vapors here. Aw, you like that.
Never fear, these muscles were made for picking up heavy things and putting them in other places.
Remember, it's your weekend to relax. Take it easy.
Oh.
I guess I can't argue with that.
Oh.
Everything good with Amanda?
Yep, on our way to a school trip to Washington, D.C. What about your offspring?
Hmm?
Already at Smashley's for the weekend. I'm ready to get my camp on.
I load the rest of my stuff into into Craig's car and we get in.
Oh no,
What's wrong?
I think I left my juicer plugged in.
Juicer? The team.
We gotta go back.
Are you worried that someone's gonna break into your house and cold press some carrots? Yeah, for a second I thought juicer was supposed to mean something else, because I'm like, is it bad to leave it plugged in? I mean, it still has an off switch, right?
No, it's just...
Just try to relax, man. Let the juicer float away. Take all of your worries and blend them into pulpy good vibes. Craig takes a deep breath. Do we have anything to listen to?
All I had at my place is a series of CDs that guide you through a thorough and intense
Calisthenics? I don't know how to... I know how to say it, but my mouth doesn't. The TH... When I was learning in English, the TH sound was the thing that gave me the most trouble.
Do you want to listen to those? I'm just kidding.
Craig hands me a thick case filled with CDs.
Take your pick.
I thumb through the page after page of kids sing-along CDs. Oh yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Takes me back.
Keep going.
I get to the end of the case to find, in the very last slot, a blank CD with Craig's handwriting on it. Ooh. DJ Kegstan's Mega Mix Volume 1?
Made it just for the trip. I think you'll like it.
I pop the CD into the car stereo, and it's like I'm immediately transported to our old dorm room. Hit after hit plays, and soon enough, we're both happily singing the lyrics to each other as we fly down the highway. No. This song was Carl's favorite.
Carl, the third roommate.
He brought that dog home one night, and I couldn't pry you two apart.
So we spent the entire semester fabricating a story about a foreign exchange student roommate who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark.
And then we had a room inspection.
That RA was so suspicious of us but could never prove anything.
And Carl was just under a blanket.
Bless that pup's courage under fire.
Man, we did some dumb things back in college. The hours fly by as we belt out tunes in whatever non-existent key our voices register in. Soon enough, we're surrounded by lush trees and the spectacular vistas of everything amazing that nature has to offer.
It feels good to be back out here.
Real good. We park our car at the entrance to a familiar trail and load up our gear on our backs. I'm thankful that I've been working on my health over the past couple of weeks, otherwise I'd be dreading all the hiking that's about to happen. Craig looks intently at his phone. Everything alright?
Yep. Just had to fire off one last work email.
Craig pockets the phone and we start off on the trail. It's relatively easy, but I know I would have been huffing and puffing at this point if it weren't for all the murder sprints. I look around me and take in the tall trees and animal chirps. Everything okay back there?
There's no reception out here.
Oh yeah, being out in the middle of nowhere will do that. I recognize the look of anxiety on Craig's face.
But what if there's a problem?
There won't be. You've trained for this. Reception is the least of our worries. Last one is very dismissive. You've trained for this. I think that's because he's not really. I'm pretty sure he's not worried about our health or anything that might happen to us on the camping. He's probably worried about the kids, so there won't be. It'll be fine. Come on, bud. Who's a relaxed boy? Whoa, that's weird.
Oh.
I don't know.
Craig.
Oh.
I'm a relaxed boy.
That's my dude. We keep marching down the trail, but it seems like Craig is still worried. After a bit, he stops in his tracks.
I don't know.
Maybe we should go back. We could find another campground that gets good cell phone reception.
Craig, seriously, what's wrong?
I mean, I'm just really nervous. My dad instinct is kicking in, and my mind keeps conjuring all sorts of worst-case scenarios. What if something happens to the girls? I don't have a signal. I would have no way of knowing.
Let me tell you, that feeling never goes away no matter how old your kids are. You just gotta remind yourself that they're in good hands. Craig doesn't say anything. I give him a reassuring punch on the shoulder. Try to remember why we came out here. The plan was to get away from it all and just focus on ourselves for a little trip. No distractions, no cell phone services, just two dads relaxing out in the woods. Craig looks at me directly in the eyes.
No distractions, no cell phone services, just two dads relaxing out in the woods.
We're gonna have some fun this weekend. Craig and I get back into marching. It's not too long of a hike before we get to the campsite, and we're both glad to see we're not the only people there.
I can't believe you still have this tent.
Found it in my attic and already checked it for holes. It's seen better days, sure, but I think we'll be able to survive. I dump the bag of fabric and poles onto the ground. We unfold the tent in the desired spot. I hand to Craig the stakes.
We still know how to do this, right?
Of course we do. We do not. After 20 minutes of struggling like people in a bad infomercial, we somehow managed to build an upright structure that closely resembles what a tent would look like if you asked somebody to draw a picture of one with their eyes shut. Is that it in the background? Because that looks decent if you ask me. I wouldn't put this up against the storm, but I think we'll be able to survive the night. We set out a couple chairs and our cooking equipment, admiring our handiwork.
Hey!
Bro, look at us go.
Look upon the kingdom we have built. Upon this rock we shall grill our meats and drink our brews, for we hold dominion over this land.
Oh.
Verily, and look at our camping chairs which we're gonna sit on.
So what's next on the camp extravaganza docket?
Well, now we have shelter settled, I think it's time for us to do some exploring. There's a waterfall a little up the way that I'm sure we could hike to.
Let's get hiking. Craig and I ventured into the woods. We amble along, taking our time to chat and admire the wildlife. God, it's been so long since I've hiked. But there aren't a lot of good hiking spots in Lancaster. At least not that I can get to easily. And who has time? I'm 5 hours less than I was when I was working 60 hours, but 55 is still a lot. Craig reaches out an arm and stops me.
Nice.
Dude, does that look like what I think it looks like?
I look over at what he's pointing. Oh my god, it does. That tree looks like a butt.
I can't get over how detailed it is.
I examine the butt tree further. The contour is perfect. It even has back dimples. I thought we were gonna have a great time camping, but this makes it even better. Craig holds back a snicker. I aspire to have every hike be as good as this one. I'm snickering now too. Let us analyze this tree further. This is terrible. Craig and I share a huge belly laugh at our awful jokes. The best thing about this is there are no daughters here to tell us our jokes are bad. We high five. Craig and I hit the trail again. It's been a long time since we've been out here, but everything seems more or less familiar. We point out old landmarks that we remember from our college days. I think we're getting close now.
Check it out.
There's a clearing up ahead. As we get closer, I can hear water running. Cresting over a hill, Craig and I are greeted by a wide clearing surrounded by trees. In front of us is a beautiful waterfall, spilling into a large body of water that runs into a river. Mouths agape with genuine beauty of the place, we go to investigate. The old waterfall.
Dude.
It's gorgeous.
Nature is so rad. Peering further, we get an idea of how deep the pool is.
Think we could jump off it like in the old days?
Ha! His old dad is happy here on dry land.
Oh.
Looks like you could climb right up over there.
We didn't even bring swimming trunks.
What are you talking about?
Craig immediately begins taking his clothes off. Dang. You okay there, Seb? I don't know. I wouldn't, but I think Seb wants to, and it might give Craig, a little hint that we're interested in. Though I don't think this game really takes into account. I mean, he would already know that you're gay because of the former dad we were married. Just look at it. I can't help but sneak a peek. That is a good butt. That is a fine butt. Let's give it a round of applause. Craig turns around suddenly. He catches me looking.
I do a lot of glute workouts.
I immediately turn away, blushing.
Oh.
Well, he liked it. So, I guess that was safe.
You coming or what?
Oh, I don't know about this dude. He's already making his way over to the waterfall by the time I finish my sentence. When he realizes I'm not right behind him, he turns around and rolls his eyes.
We lived together for years, and I've seen your ass more times than I can count.
It's no big deal. If the clothes are coming off, then it's someone's birthday. Craig gives me the wolf whistle. I turn around. Oh god, this is a. That one's for you, big boy. I take my shirt off and drop it in a pile with Craig's clothes. I put the rest of my clothes on the ground, feeling exposed. I wonder why. I hope no one else comes around while we're doing this. Craig and I climb to the top. Wouldn't that be uncomfortable though? I mean, you're just hanging freely. I can't imagine that's comfortable. Craig and I climb up to the top of the waterfall, making sure not to slip on any wet rocks. He reaches the peak before I do and offers me a hand to getting up. At the top, we look over the cliff and, wow, I guess he's still wearing underwear. It seems so much higher up from this perspective. Craig has always been a daredevil. He pulled some stunts in college, and I'm honestly still shocked he survived. I was always the one standing on the sidelines, watching and hoping I wouldn't be bringing him home in a gurney. Man, this could be dangerous. Craig looks me in the eyes.
Don't think, just jump.
Craig cannonballs off the waterfall and into the lake, creating a huge splash. I'm worried for a moment before he finally resurfaces from under the water.
Whew!
He treads water and looks up at me.
Oh.
You coming or what?
Don't think, just jump. How are you supposed to just not think? I'm pretty sure that's not physically possible. My toes grip the edge of the rock. The water looks so far away. Don't think, just. I run off the edge, trying to do my best cannonball. Somewhere in the middle, it goes into a really graceful belly swap. I hit the water with a loud slap. I resurface to find Craig giggling.
Oh.
I rate that belly flop a solid 8 out of 10. Your form was lacking, but your heart was in the right place.
I playfully splash water at Craig.
Nice.
Are you sure about that?
I splash him again.
Oh.
You've given me no choice.
Craig splashes me in the face with a huge wave of water.
You've awakened the beast.
He launches another wave of water at me. Don't you put me in a corner here. Don't put a wild animal in the corner. Dunk him. What's even a hammer fist, though? I lunge for Craig and manage to get him in an arm lock. Time for the finishing move. I summon all my dad strength to lift Craig out of the water.
Hey.
Hey! And I drop him down for the splash. Craig bounces back out of the water.
Hey.
My turn. Oh no, it seems like Craig was simply allowing me to pick him up and dunk him. He grapples me with his clearly superior muscles and quite literally tosses me across the water. I emerge from the water devastated.
You think I did all those pull-ups just so I could look good with my shirt off? Nah, bro. These arms canyons are dad launchers.
Craig does a playful flex for me. Damn. Craig, truth, please. Craig thinks about it.
Yeah, sure.
We shake hands. There is peace. Man, that jump was such an adrenaline rush.
Oh.
Not so scary now, huh?
Yes, let's go again. We run all the way up the slick rocks and cannonball off the waterfall again. What a rush.
Good form on that one. Wanna go again?
One more time. You know it. With the same energy we had in our youth, we climb back up to the top of the waterfall. I'm brave enough to try a flip, which I'm sure looks incredibly graceful as I belly flop into the water.
Phew, man, this is fun. Got one more in you?
Oh, one more? Alright, sure. It takes us a little more time, but we get to the waterfall and both do our best running jumps into the water below.
Alright, I think that's my limit. We should get going back before it gets too dark.
Oh.
We should probably head back.
We go put our clothes back on and notice that they're soaking wet. Maybe a splash fight wasn't the best idea.
It's okay. We'll get a fire going in no time. We can dry off and get some dinner going.
Sopping wet, we hike back to the camp and unpack everything we need for dinner. Craig pulls out a couple of steaks and some chopped potatoes in a tinfoil. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good.
You ready for a feast?
Hey man, take a seat. The Craig train is pulling into the relaxation station and I'm your conductor. Let me cook for you.
Absolutely not. Cooking is the thing that relaxes me the most. I'll take it from here.
Craig cooks now. I remember how his entire sophomore year diet consisted of microwavable mac cheese, but not microwaved, and have trouble believing the thing he just said. Excuse me? What? Ugh. How do you even do? At least let me start the fire.
Sure, let me grab my matches.
Craig reaches into his backpack. He rummages around in his bag, pulls things out, and checking every pocket. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I know I packed it.
Craig checks another bag and still can't find it. My stomach grumbles, and now I'm more acutely aware of how cold and wet I am. We really need to get a fire started. Excuse me. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world.
Oh.
Gosh, I'm so stupid. I could have sworn I packed it. I'm sorry, dude.
Don't be. We can figure this out. We can start a fire. We're smart guys. I mean, how hard could it be? I've watched plenty of survival programs on TV. If a naked reality TV star can do it, so can we. We'll need some wood. A gesture to the trees around us.
Oh.
There's no shortage of that.
And some tinder.
Oh.
We can make that work.
And then I think some ancient aliens are supposed to come by and give us advanced technology. Or renovate our houses. Depends on the show. Craig and I gather a variety of wood, bark, and moss until we've had all the materials that could, conceptually, make a passable-looking campfire.
Hmm.
Just add fire, right?
That's the fun part. The sun is just now setting and a cool breeze rustles the leaves of the trees around us. We have to work quick.
Hmm.
I've done this in the past and I know I can figure it out. Just give me a second.
Any way I can help?
Huh?
Give me some moral support. Lift my spirits and we'll make this fire happen.
You can do it. Never knew a better Craig. Go overboard with the compliments. Yeah, just keep going. Just keep going. You're really giving that fire the business. You're an amazing, hard-working father with a steady work ethic, and everyone loves you. Your daughter thinks you're a superhero, and the neighborhood dad respects you immensely. Also, your butt looks great.
Oh.
Bro, stop. You're making me cry.
Okay, don't want your tears putting out the fire. Eventually, Craig is miraculously able to get something going. He blows the embers and gently places the glowing moss into the base of the pit. Soon enough, we have a nice fire going. Way to go, man. We're regular old outdoorsy fellas.
Oh.
Hooray for not dying.
I take a seat in one of the lawn chairs Craig brought and cozy up to the fire, warming up my hands.
Hmm.
Relax, man. Take it easy. Let me handle the dinner.
I watch as Craig stokes the fire and sets up a makeshift grill for the steaks. After all that hiking and swimming and fire starting, I'm able to relax a bit. With the sound of the crickets and the scent of steak filling the air, I actually feel pretty calm. This does sound like an amazing time. Craig expertly sears 2 steaks in a pan he's been heating up on the fire, cracking thyme and crushed ginger over it, basting them both in butter. Wow, I didn't know he was actually good at cooking. The fanciest I ever saw him get in college was when he started sprinkling the seasoning packet into dry ramen before eating it straight up. That would like cut your mouth. That would destroy your teeth. When did this happen? You used to eat cereal every morning with beer instead of milk.
Oh.
I grew up, I guess. I think those are just about ready.
Craig puts the steaks onto a paper plate and sets them aside. I start to reach for one, but Craig smacks my hands away.
Oh.
Dude, let them rest. It'll be more flavorful that way.
I patiently return to my seat, eyeing the steaks longingly from a distance. They smell incredible. Craig prepares a side salad for us in the meantime, sprinkling feta cheese onto freshly chopped greens. He plates it next to a generous pile of roasted potatoes covered in olive oil and rosemary. It sounds so good! Once it's all ready, we sit down by the fire and dig in.
Hmm.
Everything taste okay?
I'm in heaven.
Oh.
That's what I like to hear.
Remember how for an entire semester we would eat burritos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Oh.
It's so hard not to go back to that.
Look at you now, man. You have kids, a great job, and now you cook like a vengeful wizard whose arch nemesis is microwavable food. I'm really impressed with how much you've got in your life together. Craig laughs, but there's no humor in it.
Oh.
I'm glad you think that.
I glance at Craig while he picks at his salad. He really grew out of his baby face, but there's something about his expression that makes him seem so much older than he is. A sense of maturity he didn't have in college. He looks exhausted. You okay?
Oh.
Yeah,
Come on, dude. I've known you for long enough to see when you're down.
I don't know.
I'm tired, bro. I think being out here is making me realize just how drained I feel.
You work really hard, Craig. It can't be easy.
Hi.
I have to, for my girls. I volunteer at their school, I cook healthy meals for them, I do everything I can to make sure they're safe and happy. And when they're with their mom, I'm always working overtime so I can support them.
And then you work out a lot so you can crush anyone who stands in their way?
Huh.
That, and I don't want to fall into my old habits. I need to set a good example for my girls. Everything I do for them, everything I do is for them, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
But it seems it's bleeding you dry.
Hmm?
If that's what it takes to raise them well, then it's worth it.
Craig, buddy, I know where you're coming from here, but you gotta take care of yourself too.
Hey!
I do, though. I eat right and exercise and...
That's not what I mean. You're too little butter on too much toast, you know?
Hey!
What?
You're spreading yourself too thin. Life needs balance. It's great that you care this much about your kids, but you can't neglect your own needs because you're too busy taking care of everyone else's. You matter too.
Oh.
It's just... I know I can provide for my family. If I take a step back and look at everything objectively, I know I'm doing right by them.
Oh.
But... I can't explain it, man. There's always that voice in the back of my head, telling me that I need to do more. It's like it's never enough for me. Every time I try to relax, that voice keeps telling me I don't deserve it.
Oh boy, Craig. Do I fucking feel you. Like... It's kind of funny because I feel the situation in reverse. I'm an adult now. And I'm still with my parents. Because my family's not a rich family. And especially with things that are financially for them, my parents kind of need the added income from my work. So that's why I'm still here, but I'm kind of very miserable being here because I need my privacy and I need to be able to live my own life. And like my parents, you know, they're not the best parents, but they're good parents. But still, it's so hard to sort of like find this balance because I'm living in the States right now in which I would be looked down quite a lot for still living with my parents, but I was born in the Dominican Republic. I'm Hispanic, where for us, essentially the idea is you move out, especially for a woman, you move out when you're married. I don't like that. I mean, like, but I also don't just, I feel like if I leave, I'll be abandoning them. But so many people have been telling me exactly this, that, you know, that's nice that you care about them, but you gotta think about yourself too. And I know that objectively, but I also know that if I do leave without any reassurance that they'll be okay, that I'll be plagued by guilt all the time. It's rough.
To be honest, I even feel guilty about... I didn't even finish that line. I didn't even finish that line. And yeah, Craig, I feel guilty about being out here.
Craig, you're trying your best and you're doing an amazing job. That's a fact, but even if you weren't, you would still deserve happiness. I know of overtime, but since I feel like we're coming to the end of the day, I think I'll do that.
Hi.
Or maybe not, since I don't know if there will be enough substance after the third date to constitute an episode on its own. So, not a great place, but we'll end the episode right here. Thank you guys for joining, and see you next time. I really want to help him. I owe him that much. That's
It's
you.
in it,
That's
he would
you,
probably
Shadow.
die.
It's over.
my life. Everything. It's all over.
Who's that? Isn't that your client screaming over
No!
Yeah, that's him.
Just ignored the dying man in the background.
No!
there? Oh, does he do Shakespeare?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die.
This is the 38th time this week, Larry.
Huh. Sounds like he wants to die. Interesting.
Yeah.